What's up, White Boy Lockdown Radio? We're back with another one. All right, in this series, the hustles in prison, making money in prison, and what have you. You have your hold down man. Your basic hold down man. He's the dude. He wants to do this. It's common sense what one is. You know what I mean? They're everywhere. They're in every camp. It's not avoidable. These guys will, literally, they're going to risk their good time. You get gain time in there for staying out of trouble, man. But these guys will hold it, man. That's the dude that's going to hold the sack down. That's the dude that's going to hold the pipe down. That's the dude that's going to hold the shank down. That's the dude that's going to hold whatever down. And he gets broke off. Most of the time, people just nickel and dime them dudes, because they don't get nothing. But then at the same time, some of them get blessed, depending who they're holding it down for. Some of them get extorted into doing it, you know what I mean? If you're just a buster ass dude just gonna go for anything, and you're gonna get put down, you know what I mean? So, come here, buddy. Here, hold this. I don't want to. Hold that thing. It happens all the time. But it's not always an extorted thing. People will sign up for it. Here, I'll hold it. You see them get knocked off all the time. And they get out of confinement. They're looking crazy. And, hey, they signed up for it. You know what I mean? And, you know what I mean? I got caught with a knife. You know what I mean? So I know, that's not a good DR to have. It's going to raise your custody. You're going to be back there for 60 if you don't catch another DR while you're already back there. I told the story a while back. But that's the type of stuff. It was my knife that I had to have at the time. You know what I mean? But you have hold down men that will, hold somebody's knife and back their time up. You know what I mean? I never wanted to back my time up, but my custody was already so high, and in the dorm that I was in, it's something that I had to do. But, back to the hold down guys, they will hold anything down, and that's their hustle. If you look at it, I guess it's an easy hustle, but you kind of got to be a buster to do it. Times are tough already when you're in the chain gang. It's something you don't want to do. It's something that you definitely shouldn't sign up for. And, for the ones that get extorted into doing it, then, you're all the way losing. You know what I'm saying? Because they might not even get paid for it. But the shit goes down. You know what I mean? But everybody knows what a hold down man is. I'm not going to get too much into that. I wanted to explain it in my own terms. But I do have a funny story about a hold down man. Okay? I can sit here and tell you a few stories, but one really comes to mind, man. And that's Carl, man. Inmate Carl. Shout out to Carl if you're watching this. All right? Carl was a known hold down man. He would hold anything. All right? He did not get extorted. Okay? He signed himself up for it. He was an older dude, probably he was pushing 50. He may even been 50, 52. If I had to guess, 48 to 52, okay? Carl was ripped dude, man. Ripped dude out of Clearwater, older guy. He didn't, type of dude that, he was in prison multiple times, It wasn't his first fuck up, his second fuck up. It was more like sixth or seventh fuck up. You see what I'm saying? And Carl, he would hold whatever down, okay? For the most part, and to make this clear, he never got extorted behind it. He signed himself up, okay? He was a ripped dude. He could be a personal trainer. He was super knowledgeable about the whole working out tip. I mean, this dude was ripped, okay? He was an older cat. He was real ripped. I talked to him here and there. He like I said, he was real knowledgeable with the workout tip, calisthenic game. But the whole reason why Carl did it is because all those times in prison, he burnt so many bridges with his family, His friend, nobody really messed with him. You know what I'm saying? So it's just what he did. You know, he was a funny dude, but, you know, he was, at the same time, he was a hold down man. You know what I mean? So you can hold a conversation with this guy, because in there, when you're incarcerated, to have an intelligent conversation with somebody, you know, you will learn to appreciate that. You know, like I've said it a million times before in past videos. Who cares who has more money? Lil Wayne or Young Jeezy? Nobody cares. But he'll talk about all types of stuff, man, and it's refreshing, if you will. But at the same time, you had to understand who he was, what he was doing, you know, so you take it with a grain of salt. But Carl was holding down a pipe for somebody, all right? Now, I've talked about MacGyvers and mules and this and that. I personally don't think he was boofing it. Personally, you know, I was in the dorm with him. I don't think he was. You know, I wasn't watching him when he was in the back stall or nothing, but just talking to him, I don't think he was. He wasn't getting put down. I just think he was a super convict and he knew how to move, you know what I mean? But, you know, I'll never forget it. It was a known thing. Carl was a known hold down man. Get it? You know what I mean? And it's a funny thing. Hold down men get hated on by the wannabe hold down men. Somebody wrote a kite on Carl and shot it. Okay? They came in and they got him. They brought him under investigation. So the police come in the door and get him. And he's a convict, you know, he's making a scene about it, but he's being like as confident as he can be. He's like, yeah, I don't have anything. And, what is this about? You're isolating me. What's this about? They take him up out of there. Okay. Now, obviously, I'm in the dorm. I didn't go to confinement with him, but, you know, I thought when he went, I'm like, man, there goes Carl. He's out of there, man. We'll see him when he gets out of confinement. It wasn't the case. Later, sorry. This gets funny. Later that night, he comes in with his head down. All right. He comes back in, and he's like this. Okay. They never found the supposed cell phone. Okay. They never found it. But what they did, they did one of the most craziest things that I've ever heard of in prison. And this was the only time that I knew of anybody that they did this for. Okay, somebody shot a kite on Carl. So the police ran down on him. They shook him down before they put the platinum bracelets on him. They're looking everywhere. They can't find it. But like I said, he's a convict. He knew how to, you know, dish it up, whatever he had to do. Okay. The police were frustrated that they couldn't get it on him. You know what I mean? They when it comes to a pipe, they want that. You know what I mean? When they get that kite, they're coming full force for him. But meat potatoes, make a long story short, they take him back to confinement and they put him in a dog cage. Dog cage is, you know, it's a holding area in confinement, all right? When they spray people back there that are bucking and doing whatever they're doing, when they spray you, when you're in the cell in confinement, they cuff you up and they're going to put you in the dog cage. And then from the dog cage, it's the standing cell. You know what I mean? It's a standing cell. You're in there with bars, nothing. You're dead. You're really dead right there. And then from there, you get the shower. But the dog cage is like an isolated cell, a one-man cell. Literally, you're standing like this with bars, open bars, with one swing door. Okay? They were so frustrated with Carl, they put him in the dog cage with a bucket. And he's telling me the story when he comes back in. His head's down, he's embarrassed, he's pissed at the same time. But they throw Carl in the dog cage with a bucket, and he's in his boxer shorts, he's back there, and the story goes like this. He's like, bro, they put me back there, and they couldn't find the phone. They're mad. You know, I'm not telling them where it is. I'm telling them I don't have it. I'm telling them I don't know what they're talking about. So they said, as soon as I take a crap in that bucket, then I can leave. And the way he said this, I'll never forget. He said he looked at the sergeant and it was like, I have to shit in the bucket. He's like, sergeant's like, yep, you got to drop a deuce in that, and once you do that, you can go. So the dude is like contemplating. You know, he called for a lieutenant to come down there. The lieutenant came down. He's talking to the lieutenant. He's like, man, this is like inhumane, man. I'm not gonna drop a deuce in that bucket because y'all think I got a phone. I don't got no phone. And he's trying to argue his way out of this. All right, and you're not gonna win. It's whatever they say you're gonna do. Okay, he's back there. He's mad. He's got him beat, but at the same time, he's trying to save his little manhood he has. He don't want to drop a deuce in the bucket, but that's, you know, it's one thing to drop a deuce in the bucket, you know, to get it over with. But they had a CO assigned to him to watch him with a wooden chair, little bar stool, you'll see, sitting right in front of him. So he's literally in the dog cage. So it's not like you can just drop a deuce real quick to get up out of here. You know, you got to drop your drawers. You're in a cage. So he had to sit on the bucket and look at the guy watching him. So, needless to say, he gets it. He gets his duty over with. All right, and the CO's there, and he came in. He didn't have it. You know what I mean? He didn't have it. But they held their word up, and they let him out the dog cage. He comes back to Seadorn. You know, he never was able to leave. Let that down. Talk about embarrassment. He got rode and roasted for that for his entire stay, man. Shout out to Carl, man. You know, but hey, that's what it is when you're in prison, man. You will face stuff like that. You know what I mean? There's no way he was arguing his way out of that. It was what it was. And after he was embarrassed or whatever, hey man, he kept doing his thing. He was a good holdout man. Like I said, he signed up for it. But man, this is what I'm saying, man. You guys gotta stay out of that place. There's no privacy. It can get wild, man. But hey, that's all I got for today, man. I wanted to get a quick shout out, man. You know, I haven't done this in a while. You know, quick one to Florida Boy 777. Quick one to Old School Essex. Quick one to Dallas. Quick one to This Is Bert. Quick one to Jody. And real fast, before I end it, big shout out to two channels that, you know, that I like, man, and you guys should check it out. Like I said, I have a playlist alongside my videos, man. Y'all go ahead and check out Indianimal J, and y'all go check out G-Dirt. Me and Indianimal J have been trying to do something for a while, but y'all go subscribe to both those channels. Show them some support through this internet thing, through this YouTube thing. Those are two guys, man, that I've been all right with, and you know what I mean. So go, if you guys show them some support. Hey, the subscribe is free, guys. So go ahead and do it. But listen, man, to the next one, it's White Boy Lockdown Radio. Hope y'all enjoy the series. If you ain't do it, hit the like, comment, share it, subscribe, and do the bell. Until the next one.